How to get a job at a startup in Silicon Valley. Hey guys, what's up? I've actually been having a lot of conversations with college students recently who want to get a job in the startup world. They want to come to Silicon Valley once they graduate, but they don't know how to do it or where to start looking for a job. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact steps that I would follow if I were a college student today trying to get a job at a good startup in Silicon Valley. I'm going to start with first how to get the job, the mechanics of applying. Second, we're going to talk about how to parse through the plethora of startups out there and how to find good ones that are worth your time. And then finally, I'll talk briefly about what to do when you actually get the job. So let's get started. How to apply to a job at a startup. The first very important thing to get out there is it doesn't matter whether or not there is a job opening, there is a job post available. That does not matter when you're talking about startups. The way that you're going to apply to a startup is you're going to send emails that deliver real value to that startup. You're going to send these emails to the founders, or if it's a larger company, to the appropriate executive for the kind of domain that makes sense for you. What I mean by delivering value is you are literally going to do work for the company. You are going to do your homework and read through their website, their blog, use their product, follow the founders on social media, see what they're up to and thinking about, and then you are going to find something that you can add value to, and you're going to do it and send it to them. And your emails are going to look something like this. Hey, I'm a college student at so-and-so. I really admire what you're building at your company. The reason it really resonates with me is because XYZ. I noticed, and this is the critical part that involves doing homework. You're going to say, I noticed, for example, I'm going to give you several examples. I noticed that your website doesn't have a tutorial. And the first time I was learning to use the tool, I had some issues. So I wrote this tutorial for you. Here it is attached. Feel free to use it if you like all of it or parts of it. Thanks, so-and-so. Another example, let's say you're a video person, you'll be like, hey, I noticed that you guys make all these videos, but you don't have an animated logo. I made one for you. Here it is attached. If you like it, feel free to just use it. If you're on the engineering side, you can say, hey, I was on your site using your tool, and I found this part a little unintuitive. I reverse engineered your API calls and I made a mock-up of an interface that I think is more intuitive. Here's the link to the code for it. If you like any part of it, feel free to use it. First, just send that and then see what happens. If they don't reply, you'll do it again for something else. And you'll keep doing it and you'll keep showing that you can add value to this company over and over again, and they will notice and they will give you a job at some point.
The other approach I recommend if they don't reply after the first email is to also post your work on social media and tag the company in it. This increases the chances that the right person at the company will see it, or that competitor companies see it and end up hiring you instead.
And then also at some point in your emails, you should say, hey, by the way, I am looking for a job post-graduation. I would love to work for you guys. Please let me know if you have some time to jump on a call, and let's brainstorm opportunities that could make sense. Why is this the right way to apply to startups? Because time is the most valuable asset. I often get people emailing me saying like, hey, I really want to work for you. I'll work for free. Like, let me know what there is that I can do. So 2 comments there. The first is the biggest risk I take in kind of bringing someone on, it's going to be a waste of time because they're not going to be able to deliver and add value. By using this strategy and by showing that you can add value, and not just add value, but proactively figure out what needs to be done and then do it, that puts you in the cream of the crop, like the top 1% of applicants. And any startup wants people who are able to just get shit done and get the right things done. The second thing, when people are like, hey, what can I do for you? Now you've put work and homework on me to figure out what your skill sets are and how you can add value to me rather than you just proactively doing that. So as a college student, it's an uphill battle to get that first job because you typically don't have a lot of work experience. You don't have a track record that you're able to point to. And so companies are taking a lot of risk by bringing you on. Again, it's not a financial risk, it's a time risk because the time it takes to interview to figure out if you're good, to then onboard you, to then figure out if you're not good once you're actually on the job, that is just tremendous time sink that a lot of people think is not worth it for grads fresh out of college. But if you take this strategy and show that you're able to deliver value, boom, you've cut out that risk. And trust me, you will get a job at that place eventually.